everyone, how do you do?
Wow, it's a different intro. What does this mean? What does this mean? The world is in chaos.
Salutations, listeners.
Greetings and salutations, listeners.
You're listening to Casting What's.
We're casting what's here.
Holy crap, I haven't heard that voice since then. That's awesome. We're laughing at our own fake
I know.
lore.
What a bunch of fucking assholes. So I don't know if we mentioned this on the show, on the Whatcast, but we, as some of you may have noticed, we take one off week every month, and we decided to start doing a side show that's going to be once a month. We've only done one episode so far. This is going to be the second episode of that, but it's in your Whatcast feed as well, and it's in that feed, but we're putting it here because, to be completely honest, we don't have a show this week. So we decided to cast some what's, and this is kind of a show where we just shoot the shit, and we don't really have a topic. We just kind of talk. We don't really talk about the weird stuff unless we talk about the weird stuff, but it's just, it's mostly our bullshit. So if you're listening, I appreciate the fact that you enjoy our bullshit, but for everyone that's here for the paranormal content, I apologize for not having a regular show this week. It's back to school for fucking college kids, and I've said this a million times. There's no one fucking stupider than college kids, and it's exhausting, and I just want to headbutt a fucking wall with nails exposed, and just end my misery. But for that reason, you're getting this bullshit this week. So, blame the college kids. Don't blame me. But you get to hear what goes on with casting what's, I guess. And if you like this brand of bullshit, then please tune in once a month when we take a week off for this show. And also during that week, we post stuff on Patreon too. So don't forget to join Patreon. Thanks. All right, now that all the shilling is out of the way, what's going on?
Not much, man. I hate to bring up weird stuff when we're kind of not supposed to, but I guess Jeremy Corbell was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, yeah? What was that all about?
I don't know. I don't listen to that shit.
Yeah, I haven't listened to Rogan in years. And I used to love Jeremy Corbell, like, way back in the day. But, like, since I mentioned this before, but since the Bob Lazar documentary, it's just been like, I strongly feel that he is a disinfo agent, whether willing or knowledgeable about it or not. I think he's being used as a disinfo agent. The only question is whether or not he's aware of it. Yeah,
that's a good point to make. I wonder if he knows he is a disinfo agent.
Yeah. Yeah, so like whenever I see him now, I just kind of like roll my eyes. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Same old bullshit.
Yeah, I saw it on social media. I didn't fucking watch it. I was wondering if you listened to it or just seeing what he had to say.
No, I don't even have a Spotify account.
Ah, that's right. You can only listen to him there. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's off every other platform. I think I at least clips of it still go up on YouTube. I don't know if he does the full episodes on YouTube anymore. Probably not, but I don't know. I got sick of his brand of bullshit as well.
Yeah.
I feel like both of those guys the same way I feel about Steven Tyler and fucking Typo Negative. I'm just sick of your shit, man. And I know Typo Negative's not a thing anymore, but before Pete Steele died, I was so sick of their shit. And I don't know why. I didn't even really listen to him. It was just like one of those things like, oh, fucking Typo Negative. Here we go.
It's one of those things to get stuffed down your throat.
It wasn't even that. It was just like, if I would hear it, I'd be like, oh, fucking this bullshit. Come on. And then with Steven Tyler, I'm like that because it's like, how many times you going to write this song, buddy?
Yeah, I was sick of them like back in high school. I was like, oh, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Get a Grip came out. They got their second wind as a band. They're like, fuck yeah, we got like 10 gajillion hits off this one album, and then they just kept doing that. And then you're like, all right, well, I'm sick of your shit, Steven Tyler. You're on notice.
You know, their guitar player did the Spider-Man cartoon theme song.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
That's pretty cool. They get a nod for
the guitarist from U2 did the Batman cartoon theme song.
Oh.
Not Batman the animated series, but the Batman.
Oh wow, okay, that's like the only one I didn't check out.
Oh, it's pretty good. They had some weird takes on some of the characters though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Joker was like he looked like almost like he had like a ape type of body, like really long arms and short legs, and he like jumped and stuff. It was fucking weird, but it was cool. It was pretty cool though.
I finally got to watch the Batman.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I think you described it perfectly. It was like almost like a more of a crime drama, like this like being a detective and solving a crime. Like
yeah, it was like a cool 3-issue arc of the comic where we don't see Bruce Wayne at all. It's just Batman detecting.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I heard that they just solidified making part 2. Like they didn't even have plans to, or have anything like greenlit to do part 2.
My only gripe with it was the Joker cameo thing. Like that was completely unnecessary, and I just feel like at this point Joker has been overexposed, and they should just simmer down on Joker and do other characters. Like how cool would it be if fucking he went in there and met like Calendar Man or something.
Yeah, I mean, they can. I know the timeline's probably wrong, but they could do Court of Owls. I mean, the director seemed like he would have handled that well. But seeing the Joker at the end was like an actual bummer. It really cheapened the whole thing. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, it was so unnecessary. And I know it's supposed to be, oh my God, it's the Joker. You already got the Joker. Fuck, just come on. Like, that's his most iconic villain, and he's been done to death. Like, in the past 5 years, we've had 2 different Jokers, you know? In the past decade, we've had 3 different Jokers.
Oh, yeah, don't forget, like, the TV show, too. There's been...
Oh, yeah, and the Gotham TV show as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, come on. Let's simmer down on Joker, guys. Like, yeah, he's cool as shit, and that's why everyone wants to use him, but let's be real. No one's going to live up to Mark Hamill or Heath Ledger. It's just not going to happen.
Have you seen the clips with Namor?
I saw the trailer.
Remember when I told you I didn't want them to fuck up his story?
Yeah. I'm gonna wait. I'm not 100% convinced that they fucked it up yet.
I mean,
we'll see.
They've pretty much delivered on everything since Disney took over. Everything's been pretty fucking good, but I don't know. I just don't have any expectation for those movies anymore. Like, as a hardcore comic book fan, I'm actually tired of the superhero movies.
Oh, I'm not at all, man. I could watch it. Like I've been loving. I wasn't a huge fan of the Miss Marvel series, but like everything else that they've done, I've really been a huge fan of. Like, I'm loving She-Hulk so far.
Really?
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
I just kind of gave up when they announced that I Am Groot show. I was like, man,
yeah,
motherfuckers.
But it's not even a show. It's shorts, and I'm pretty sure it's animated, so it's, whatever. It's like fucking kid show. And that's fine, whatever. I probably, if it's shorts, I'll watch it. I could sit through a 5-minute episode of pretty much anything.
I remember I was talking with our buddy Sith Roll on Instagram, and he's like, "Did you watch the trailer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, they could have made him a little bit buff. The dude looks like he works at Chili's. I was like, yeah, he looks like a 3rd grade school teacher.
Yeah. What can you do? I'll wait. Like, I know they're doing like the Mayan thing with Atlantis, which I'm not opposed to it. I mean, the DC universe is doing like the Polynesian thing with it, so whatever. It's It's fine.
I really wanted to see like a weird looking odd humanoid like that is
like
Namor.
if they hadn't already used Hugo Weaving as Red Skull, he would have been
Oh,
the perfect
God.
Namor.
No shit.
Like he looks like Namor in real life.
Oh man, you're not kidding.
Yeah, he would have been perfect. And missed opportunity. They should have brought him back. Just ignore the fact that you will dye your hair black and give you wings on your feet. No one will know.
Yeah, just CGI of like rip dude's body on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Give him a UFC fighter's body and Hugo Weaving's head. That's my Namor.
Yeah, when I found out that William Dafoe was going to be the Green Goblin, and I watched the movie and he had a mask, I was like, "What the fuck? You should have just painted his face green."
Yeah, just paint his goddamn face green. What are you doing? I also think as much as I was just saying we don't need another Joker, he would be like the greatest Joker of all time.
Yeah, the internet talks about that a lot. There's like a lot of mock-up art of it. I think he would be the perfect for the. I mean, they did that Dark
Knight.
Knight.
If you ever want to do the old man Batman and bring in old man Joker,
yeah,
please God do that with fucking. But who knows? By the time they come around to that, fucking Willem Dafoe will be like 7,000 years old.
Oh no!
Who knows?
Yeah.
I saw that on, I think it's September 9th at I think it's maybe the Disney convention, some convention coming up. They're doing the casting announcements for Fantastic Four.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm very interested in who they're going to cast.
Did you like that dude from that show that was cast as Mr. Fantastic in the Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a good call.
That was a really good call, yeah. But I don't think he's going to be the main universe version of Reed Richards.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But I'm very interested to see how they're. I hope that they cast older for it, like have them be established. Like I didn't like in the new version how they were all like kids.
Yeah.
Did you see that movie? The one, I don't know, I think it was like 5 years ago, maybe, with, I think Miles Teller was Reed Richards. And
no.
The Thing was like a weapon being used by the military. They would drop him in and he would just fuck everything up. Like, it was such bullshit. I hated that movie so much.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one.
I don't understand how you can fuck up Doctor Doom.
I know.
Like, what the fuck, dude? He's like one of the coolest characters ever, and like in the first two Fantastic Four movies with Jessica Alba, he was just like I'm surprised they didn't give him a mustache to twirl. You know, like he was just a stupid villain. And then in the new one, he's complete bullshit, not even close to Victor Von Doom. Oh god, just get him. Now that it's back in the MCU, it's going to be fucking awesome, and I can't wait. Finally, a good Fantastic Four movie. And there's rumors we might be getting the Annihilation Wave with fucking Annihilus, which would be so badass.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. I would love that shit. That's one of my favorite Marvel miniseries of all time was the original Annihilation. So fucking cool. Did you ever read that?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, they fucking. I read it when I first got back into comics, and I had no idea who most of these characters were. So like, I didn't understand the significance of Drax killing Thanos, or like I knew who Galactus was. So I'm like, oh my god, they captured Galactus and using him as a battery. What the fuck? Like just crazy shit. But like that's where I first like started. Or where I first came into contact with like Star-Lord and Nova.
Right.
Yeah, dude, that shit's so fucking cool. I want to see. I want to see a Nova movie.
They were hinting at it pretty goddamn good with Guardians of the Galaxy shit. I was surprised they didn't do that. Or, I mean, like, wasn't that Adam Warlock in that fucking gold coffin?
Yeah, he's confirmed. I believe they even announced who's playing him, but I can't remember who it was now. But yeah, he's confirmed for Guardians Volume 3, which is weird it took this long because he was in the original lineup of the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they revamped that. I hope they have Bug as well. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I'm actually headed to Comic-Con tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. You better make that arc reactor.
I think it's like $50 or something.
No price is too high for your own arc reactor.
Yeah, it's a Silicon Valley Comic-Con. It's usually fucking awesome, so I'm stoked.
Do you have an itinerary? Are you gonna check any lectures out or anything?
In my experience, dude, those things are like almost impossible to get into unless you're gonna stand there for 2 hours before it starts. It'll ruin your day. I try to do that with the Venture Bros panel, like back in 2009 at San Diego Comic-Con, and we were just like, well, we can do this today, or we can walk around and buy shit. So we just left.
Good choice.
Yeah,
I wouldn't wait in a line either. For like, as cool as that would be, it's going to be all over the internet within a couple of days. So if I'm that interested, I'll just fucking go on the internet and enjoy Comic-Con while I'm there.
Yeah. It's those Comic-Cons have changed, dude. I mean, like,
I've never been to one.
Oh, man.
Like, even a small one. I've never gone to a comic book convention.
When I went to San Diego, we missed out on like a few panels we wanted to see, and one of them was like Shaun of the Dead crew, and like back then it was different. So like we were just walking around like in a hallway, and Simon Pegg walked out of a hall, like some door, and stopped and talked to us. It was different then. Now they're all like behind a paywall, and there's like this weird cornered off section.
Yeah, and it's but I mean it's kind of gotten away from what it used to be. You know, now it's like a pop culture cosplay extravaganza. It's still, you know, it's still called Comic-Con, but it's really more about like the movies and the series and all that stuff more than like, when was the last time there was like a huge groundbreaking announcement about comic books at Comic-Con?
No kidding.
You know, now it's all about the movies. It's weird.
Yeah.
I wonder how comic sales are doing these days.
I don't know how well they hopped over to the digital platform. I remember checking out a few digital comic books, and they had some cool stuff like transition with like tapping the screen and it moving to each frame and shit like that, and like purposely starting in on a frame zoomed in a lot, so when you tapped it again it would back out and reveal more speech bubbles and shit. It was pretty cool, but I don't know how well they did with that. I'm honestly surprised to see like comic book shops open and around still.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely still your hardcores, but that's what I'm wondering, if there's like a new generation of people that actually buy comic books, because I mean now everybody's attached to their fucking phones, and if you can just get a comic book on your phone, why bother with the store, you know?
I think they still have like a hardcore like collector's value too. I mean, like there's
but I just don't know if is it just like the hardcore collectors that's driving the industry now, or is there still like a viable market? Because I used to be hardcore into comics, dude. Like I was weird because like as a little kid I was into comics like you know, like 5th, 6th grade, and but we didn't have any comic stores in my area, but the dollar store would sell comics 3 for $1. So I would go and buy all these indie comics like First Comics and Image and Dark Horse. Those were like, I didn't have access to Marvel and DC as a kid, so like I was getting all this like really cool like horror shit and zombie comics and like weird superheroes like fucking the Badger and Alien and Predator comics, and they were 3 for $1. So I used to load up, man, and I would get so much of that shit. And then I kind of fell out of it, and then in college I got back into like Chaos Comics, and then I didn't even get into like Marvel until 2005 when the first Civil War happened.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what got me into it. My friend was telling me about it. He's like, yeah, it's going to be superheroes against superheroes, and it's not going to be good guys and bad guys. And I'm like, what? That sounds fucking awesome. So I bought like everything involving Civil War. And then like from there, I just got super into fucking Marvel comics for a very long time. And I kind of got into DC a little bit around like the Green Lantern Sinestro War thing, but I've been a Marvel guy ever since. But I haven't bought comics in like probably 5 or 6 years, and I just have this huge like comic collection I'm sitting on right now, but I haven't bought anything new, and I haven't even fucking read anything in so long, comic wise.
Yeah, there's a lot of good shit out there. I mean, coming from Marvel, there's some cool shit going on.
Yeah, I'm like, Spider-Man's always been my guy, and I don't know what the fuck is going on with Spider-Man in the comics. I have no idea.
It's crazy. There's so many different variations now that they do, like with the whole different Earth and shit like that. But somehow Peter's and like with Miles and they're all
that happened a while ago with the after the last Secret Wars crossover thing. They brought all the multiverses together.
Oh, wow.
And like they were all destroyed and then reconstituted into the main universe, which is, the main Marvel universe, which is how Miles is in the same universe as Peter now.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know how many other characters crossed over. I know they destroyed the Marvel or the Ultimate Universe, and I'm pretty sure most of those characters died with it. But I think Spider-Gwen came over, and I think she stuck around, and I could be wrong about that. But yeah, Silk. But I don't think she was part of the crossover thing. I think she was already part of the main universe.
Yeah, wasn't she? Like she was just somebody else who got bit?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what her origin was. I remember reading about it during the Spider-Verse thing, which was so fucking awesome. Loved that crossover.
Yeah, the Spider-Verse thing was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I think that was the last Spider-Man story I read.
I read like the tail end of the King in Black stuff with like the new Venom, the Dylan Brock as Venom now.
Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard that was a good storyline, but I didn't realize that Eddie Brock's son was Venom now.
Yeah. That's
really cool. Did Eddie Brock die?
He did, but then he was like bestowed the power cosmic and fucked up Null.
What?
Yeah.
How the fuck did he get the power? What?
Yeah, you gotta read it, dude. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it'd be hard to fucking find that now, you know?
Wow. I can't believe that he was bestowed with the power cosmic.
Yeah, he had some cool...
Did Silver Surfer give it to him, or did Galactus himself give it to him?
I don't even know. I read it in parts, unfortunately.
Oh, man. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I fucking... When I was started collecting comic books, we get all the like recent shit, and like I started way young, but like at every comic book shop they had like a quarter bin, so I'd be like, I'm gonna get some of these. My dad's like, get all you want, dude. They're a fucking quarter, and they were all the old shit. And this is way back in the day, so I got quite a few Marvel comics that were like 68, 60s, 70s. And I like that because I got to basically learn like the entire Marvel universe. I actually had these books called Marvel A to Z. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I had a shitload of them.
Those were cool, dude.
And then they ended up changing it to the Ultimate Handbook of the Marvel Universe or something, and they did it like it was a monthly series for a while. And it was just like, bios of all the people, like encyclopedia entries. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, they would break down like diagrams of everything. I remember like how they would build like the web shooters. You're like, holy shit, it's just missing like web fluid.
Yeah, and they'd break it down like with the technical drawings.
Yeah,
that shit was so cool.
Fuck yeah.
I had a 2-issue series. I don't think I have them anymore, but they did a thing like that, but it was the atlas of the Marvel universe. So it was like all maps and shit. It was so cool.
That's fucking way cool.
Yeah.
I fucking lost all my comics.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah. Same old story. Like my dad had them in storage and then lost the storage spot. And like I had moved away And I was like, oh no, are you kidding me? Like, dude, the shit I had, I was like, this will be my first car. This will be a down payment on a house.
Yeah,
I had like first appearance of Wolverine and shit like that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I had some gnarly shit.
I've got the first appearance of Miles Morales. That's gonna be my kid's cash cow.
Yeah, I got Spider-Gwen #1.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's a good one to have.
I had like Spawn 1 to like 300. Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like all the Spawn, everything from Image, Shadowhawk, Savage Dragon, Wildcats, fucking everything.
That's awesome. I used to love Wildcats.
Yeah, the cartoon was kind of weird.
Yeah. The video game was awesome for Super Nintendo. I loved it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that shit, the value of that shit flopped around so much before the MCU came out. I remember I got really big into the trading cards, the Marvel cards. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
I still
were they Fleer?
There was tons, man. They had like 4 different sets going on at a time at one point. But they had a series called Marvel Masterpiece where they got this painter named Joe Jusko to do.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Those. Yep.
Yeah, dude. The special cards, they had the like, oh God, what did they call it? I forget what it was called, but it was like this new form of like, fancy card. And then they had like actual hologram cards as like special inserts. But I remember like, I had like the Spider-Man versus, I had them all, but the Spider-Man versus Venom one was one of the more valuable ones. And when those were coming out, and if you got that was like $80 right off the bat. They were like so sought after. And I remember like, God, it had to be like, maybe like 15 years ago now, that I went to some like tiny gift shop and they had, for some weird reason, like in a glass case, that card. And I was like, holy shit, that was like 80 something bucks back then. That's, I asked them how much it was and it was $5.
What?
Yeah, that's how much.
That's crazy.
All that shit lost its value. I was like,
Wow.
oh my God. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny how stuff like that goes. Like, look at Beanie Babies. For, how expensive some of those were, and now they're a dime a dozen.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's going to be the way of Funko Pop too. When 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, it's going to be the same shit.
Well, you remember my Mighty Mugs, right?
Yeah,
those things were fucking going crazy, and Disney's like, "Oh, we make our own toys. Thank you very much." Just stop making them.
Yeah, those were pretty cool. I forgot all about those.
Yeah, they fucking the pop vinyls beat them out, but I think the Mighty Mugs were like way cooler looking, better designed. I fucking actually just put a ton up on my wall.
Nice. Yeah, I never really got into like action figure and toy collecting all that much. I had a few, but most of them were like horror related. Like I used to have a Evil Ash 12-inch action figure.
Nice.
And then I still have a blood-stained blade from Puppet Master. It's a 12-inch replica. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I kind of got forced into getting into the action figures after McFarlane started making their toys.
Oh, yeah. I considered it once he started because some of that shit was so cool, but I stayed away, and I'm glad I did because I mean, really, I don't know what the fuck I would do with any of that shit now. Like I've got enough comic books, and then like the amount of actual books that I have is absurd. Like I've got no room for anything, and for some reason I keep adding more and more animals to my collection as well. So I don't know what the fuck I would do with action figures, so I'm glad I never got into that.
Yeah, dude, I would do anything to have the comic collection I had back. And it's such a weird thing. Like it's, you'll never come across that shit again. It's not something you can recover.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And like the you think about the value of the big things, but like what about those issues that like really hit a place when you read it, like oh, this issue is so fucking good. The ones that stick out and you're like, oh, that's just like some obscure issue that I'll have to fucking track down never now.
Oh yeah. There's been so many times I've like been at a comic book shop and I was like, hey, just for shits and giggles, like Would you have like this, like an old issue of this, and they would just look at me funny? They're like, dude, don't even. I mean, I've been told like you're never gonna find that, dude.
Yeah. I had a white whale for a while. There was I think it was the early 2000s. There was a 12-issue Thanos series, and I was able to get the entire series except for issue number 3, and I could not find it anywhere.
Oh,
Like I went all over the place, and it's just like, and it's not even that it's like a valuable issue or anything. It's just like it's issue number 3 in a 12-issue miniseries from the early 2000s that, you know, nobody was really super into. So what the fuck? And I could not find this fucking thing forever. And then my buddy one time, I mentioned it on Twitter, and then a few months later, a buddy of mine, we actually had him on one of the early Nerd Alerts, Sparky the Dork, but he sent me a message on Twitter and said that he found it at a comic shop near his house and mailed it to me. So I finally fucking got Thanos number 3.
fuck yeah, dude. Did they want like an arm and a leg for it?
No. He said it was just in the box of back issues. He paid cover price for it.
What?
Yeah, because it's not even a rare issue. It's just because it's like a random issue in the series. It's not likely that you're gonna just find it kicking around.
Yeah.
And yeah, he found it, and because I was refusing to read the series until I had that. I'm like, I'm not gonna read issue 1 and 2 and then skip to 4.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. Like, if anything, I would skip the first issue because typically that's all set up anyway. Then I'll just read the previously panel and figure it out from there. I'll be fine.
That's cool, dude. That shit was so fun.
Yeah, I do miss going to comic shops. Like, just going into a comic shop and looking through the new shit and going through the boxes of back issues and stuff. Like, that was a lot of fun. But it gets to be fucking expensive, and especially now they want $5 an issue for a comic.
Oh yeah.
Like, back in the day they were $3 an issue when I got back into it. I say back in the day, like way back when I was a kid, they were, like I said, $3 for $1. But when I got back into it, they were $3 an issue, and then they went to $4, and now it's fucking $5 an issue. I used to get so many titles too, man. Like, I had like probably 12 to 15 books that I was getting every month.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I used to get so much shit. And if I was doing that now, holy fuck, man, that's like a mortgage payment.
Right. Yeah, I remember when it was like right before they released all the 2099 stuff for Marvel, that they increased the price of comic books, and people were like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird thing about inflation, isn't it? Like, the price of everything goes up, but your paycheck stays the fucking same.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it costs us more money to do this, but we're not paying anybody anything more. It just costs us more money. So therefore it costs you more money.
Yeah. Funny how that works out, huh?
Yeah. Meanwhile, someone at the top is just rolling around all naked and greasy on this huge pile of money, laughing at all the dorks.
We just want to buy comic books, sir.
Oh, fat money. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
Then get the money from your parents like I did.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I don't think it's all that much cheaper digitally, but I think you can get like a subscription service or something, so you can get like access to things that way.
Yeah,
or at least I know Marvel used to. I don't know if they still do that.
Yeah, they do. You can sign up for their stuff. There's an app I used to use called Comixology, and they had so much indie stuff in it. I loved it, dude. All the indie comics were always good, dude. I used to find the weirdest fucking shoot comic books digging in that fucking quarter pile.
Yeah, when I love that shit. When you're going through there and you just look for the cool covers.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing that sucks is when they have a cover artist, and then you open it up and it's like fucking Rob Liefeld or some shit. Larry Stroman. Ah.
Yeah, dude. I remember when they started doing that too. Like the cover artist used to draw the comic, man. That's. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's the way it should be.
well now they just do like 10 variants of every fucking comic now with a different artist
Yeah,
doing the covers. So
yeah.
they're trying to make it collectible again.
Yeah, but that I feel like that just waters things down. Like that doesn't make it collectible. That's just like, hey, waste your money on something that's going to be worthless, like X-Men #1 from 1992.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like all the reissues and stuff, dude. Like it's so weird to see. Like they'll even keep the art the same. It's like I just have someone redraw it, But they're just
Yeah,
reprinting
now
the 19-
now it's an homage to an old cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, new artists, same poses.
It was funny when I got on Instagram for the show. I started following like comic book artists, and I would follow like people whose art I liked when I was looking at it on Instagram. And by the time I was done, I had a laugh out loud. It was just everybody I loved growing up. Everybody who
Yeah, dude.
I was still reading. I was like, oh shit, right on.
Yeah, it is nice seeing some of those guys that I enjoyed. Like it bummed me out about George Perez passing away. He was so fucking awesome.
Dude, that was such a bummer. Yeah, he was like, I don't know. I don't think Wonder Woman would exist the way she does if he didn't draw Wonder Woman.
Well, not only that, like his Avengers, his Justice League, like the dude, whenever it came to like drawing huge groups of fucking superheroes, like he was awesome at drawing huge casts, and he was great at doing fight scenes, and he made people look distinct. Like you take the costumes off of certain characters and they just look like a guy, but he gave them a defined appearance. You could tell who everybody was. He was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to go on Instagram and see like, John Romita Jr. still fucking posting shit, still drawing.
Yeah. Oh, I love John Romita Jr. A lot of people don't like his style. They think it's like too static or something.
Yeah, I would agree. But
to me, it's his facial expressions. He's able to nail dynamic facial expressions.
he did like most of the Ultimate shit, right?
No, he did Spider-Man for quite a while with Michael Straczynski. He had a good run with him. Did you ever read Ultimate Spider-Man?
No, that whole shit pissed me off.
Oh, dude, Ultimate Spider-Man was fucking amazing. They kept this, and it was Bendis, but it was Bendis when he was good, and he did the entire run. He wrote from issue 1 to the final issue. He wrote the entire run.
Wow.
So it was an unbroken story, and they had amazing artists. The initial artist was Mark Bagley.
Oh, he's my favorite Spidey artist.
Yeah, he's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
And he was on for like over 100 issues. He did the artwork for it. And then they got Stuart Immonen.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love that dude. And then they had I think Sarah Pacelli, and she had more of kind of like a manga influence. Like it wasn't really manga, but you could kind of see the influence from it.
Mm-hmm.
But she was still really good. But it's such a fucking good run, man. The entire thing is so good. And at the time, the whole purpose of it was just to make classic characters more accessible for a new generation without decades of backstory to have to get into.
Didn't they kill off Mary Jane because Peter's baby batter was radioactive and it was poisoning her?
No.
Okay, that's some other story arc then.
No, yeah, that was I don't remember what the fuck that was. But yeah, that was something completely different. That was like one of those like what if stories, but it wasn't a what if. It was like some other, I don't know. But no, that one in Ultimates, in the Ultimate Universe, Peter Parker was a teenager the entire time. Like his character died as a teenager. They actually killed off Peter Parker.
Oh, really? How?
Yeah, he got stabbed. Like
Ooh.
it wasn't like some huge thing like getting crushed under a falling building or eaten by Galactus. Like he was stabbed and he died.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny. I don't know how it happened, but I'm for some reason ended up with like 3 or 4 copies of the issue where he dies. I really don't know how I got it. Like, I think I bought it initially because I subscribed to it, so I got it. And then I think I wanted to buy a second copy of it so that, because it came in like a black poly bag, and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to open that. So I bought a second one so I could open it. So I've got an open one and an unopened one, and I think I've got 2 other ones that I just kind of stumbled upon somehow. And that it's not even really worth anything. I don't know why I have 10 million copies of it, but for some reason I do. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully I come across some gems at the Comic-Con. Last Comic-Con I went to,
dude.
For some weird reason, I don't know what the fuck I was doing, what fucking drugs I was on, but some dude had all the Maximum Carnage run for like $25.
And you didn't pick it up?
Nope.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How could you not?
I don't know. I used to have it. See, losing my collection like jaded me really bad. I literally think about that every day with the shit that I had in there, dude. Thousands of comic books, man. But I don't know why I didn't get it. I just figured it would get fucked up or lost, you know.
Did you ever read Peter David's run of Captain Marvel from, I think it was like the mid 90s or late 90s?
No.
If you can find that, scoop that up, dude. I managed to find the second half of it. It was 50 issues total. He did 25, and then for some reason they did a renumber, so he kind of like restarted the series and did another 25 issues and then ended with issue 50. But I found the whole second half of the run at an antique show.
Oh.
And so I was able to scoop it up. I think I paid $20 for all 25 issues.
Oh.
And then I found most of the first run at during a free comic book day, and the shop I was at had back issues for $1, and they had almost the entire first half, except I think I'm missing like 4 issues or something. But I bought the trade paperback instead, so I'm good. But it's fucking great because it's not Carol Danvers, like it's not Miss Marvel. It's not what's his name?
Marvel.
Yeah, it's Marvel's son, Genus Vel.
Ah.
And he's fucking awesome. In the second half, he goes insane. The second half starts with him destroying the entire universe.
Oh.
Like he just wipes it out completely and then rebuilds it.
Whoa.
Because he's got cosmic awareness, which makes him, it makes it so that he's aware anytime there's danger anywhere in the universe, and it becomes too much of a burden for him to bear, and it breaks his mind, and he's like, no matter what I do, there's never enough that I can do to save everybody. So I need to destroy the universe and rebuild it so that there's not all of this
life
lawlessness going on. No, because he destroyed it and then rebuilt it, like rebuilt all the planets, rebuilt the life and everything, but he was like rebuilding it, attempting to I guess stop evil from happening. But like it's just fucking bonkers, man. It's so cool. I love it. It's a great take on the character, and Peter David rules. Did you ever read any of his not the 90s X Factor, but the like the detective series X Factor?
No.
With, Multiple Man. Oh my god. That is some real good shit, man. Definitely seek that out. Anything, I think it was like probably 2004 or 2005 when that series started, and it went for a good number of issues. I don't remember exactly how many because they've redone the numbering so many times. Then they went back to the old number, so I really don't know. I know it ended with I think issue 201, but I don't think it was a full 201 issue run. Like I think it was like one of those things where they like, oh, let's go back to the original numbering. But it's a really good series. It's Jamie Madrox basically runs like a private detective agency. And he's got just mutants, like Strong Guy is in there, and who else? Richter is in there, and Wolf's Bane and somebody else. I can't remember who. And then he created a new character named Layla Miller, who's like this young teenage girl that just like, she knows things, but like without any indication why she knows these things. That's just like what she does. She just knows things. And but it's a fucking really good series. There's a whole arc where Jamie Madrox has to track down all of his duplicates that have gone rogue that and reabsorb them. It's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Man, this ended up becoming nerd alert, but I forgot how much I enjoy comic books. I'm feeling very nostalgic right now.
Yeah, dude. Luckily, my local library, my city library, has like an ungodly huge comic book section. Like all the graphic novels, everything. I got to read like every Invincible issue there ever was.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was a great run,
That's really
dude.
cool. I've been trying to track those down. They're so expensive now.
Oh yeah. Did you get to watch the animated show?
Yeah, really enjoyed that.
Yeah, man. They I guess like halfway through that shit premiering, like they signed on for season 2 and 3, so I'm stoked to watch that.
Yeah, I think season 2's coming out relatively soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Everything's pushed back these days.
I know. You can't rely on anything.
Yeah.
I blame the college kids, those fuckers.